Namaste, I'm Jessie. Let's learn how to fold yoga blankets today. This video is dedicated to my first grade teacher who taught me the difference between a hot dog and hamburger fold, which I will be sharing with you today. And we're going to focus on the hot dog shape fold because this is the fold that I use most frequently in my yoga classes. So you'll take a blanket and open it all the way up so that you have a fringy end in each hand. Bring the fringy ends together. Then again, orient yourself so you have a fringy end in each hand. I like to do a little shake to make it nice and crisp. Bring the fringy ends together again. This time I have the fringes on top. Give it a shake. And then this takes a little practice. You fold the blanket over itself and make sure the ends are even. And again, here we go, that same folding over the front action again. Give it another shake. And here is your hot dog shaped yoga blanket fold. Now, if you were looking for the hamburger shape instead, you would open the hot dog shape back up, and instead of folding it over, you just bring the top pieces together. So now you have a more hamburger shape, and different shapes of folds are useful for different yoga postures. I'll do this a couple more times with you so you can practice at home with me. So open the blanket all the way up so that one hand is on each fringe. Bring the fringes together. Reorient so that again, one hand on each fringe, give it a shake. Fringes come together. Now you got the fringes on the top. Shake it out. We don't want any rolls or lumps in our blanket fold. Fold it over from the top. Another shake. Fold it over from the top again. And here is your hot dog. Let's do one more time. Fringy end in each hand, fringy ends come together. Give it a shake, reorient. Fringy end in each hand, coming together. Give it another shake. Fold it over once, and once again. So now we have folded our hot dog shaped blankets. And this shape is very useful for a number of postures, one of which is Viparita Karani, where you put your legs up the wall. So if you were right at the wall here, you'd start, and the hardest part is getting in, with your hips on the blanket, one leg at a time comes up the wall, and you can rest here. Another use for these blankets is in Shavasana. It's nice to have sometimes some height under your knees so that gives the low back and the hips a little support in the pose. So that's really nice for most people. Some people also really appreciate in Shavasana some weight on the tops of the thighs. And depending on your preference, you might use 4 blankets. And another really useful tip with blankets is that they can mimic what is more of a classical bolster, but these are kind of spendy. So if you're like me and you've been collecting these blankets at thrift stores over a couple years, you might have enough to sort of build your own bolster. So here I've just taken 3 of our blankets in the hot dog fold, wrapped 2 belts around it, and now I have a bolster. So, hope you enjoy your blanket folding. Again, we'll review just one more time. If you want to go from the hot dog shape to the hamburger shape, you just bring your blanket to the open fold and fold it the other way instead. And this fold is really useful for a number of other poses as well. So, happy folding!